you're a guy who sets goals, and you really chip away at them. And a big part of my platform is actually like empowering folks, and just how hustle and grind can really create a lot of self-empowerment. And a big part of that is accountability. Like sort of you set a goal and you're accountable to the goal that you set. So one of the things you just said was like you post to 3 Instagram pages a day. You do what you got to do before you start your day. You have you're accountable to your goal. Like, so in your head you're like, okay, I got to post to these 3 pages, and like you do it. And one of the things that winners have in common is they're true to whatever they make themselves accountable for. Otherwise they've failed the day, they've lost the day. And you're a guy who doesn't want to lose the day, obviously. So you have all these things you need to get done, and if you don't do it, then you're going to feel like a loser.
Right.
I want to go to sleep until it gets done, and that's a big part of it. And another thing that you mentioned earlier, which I also want to talk about, is like you said like you had a notebook in college which you found where you were like writing down your business model, your ideas. And a lot of like actually achieving a goal is speaking it into existence. Like I have no doubt that Oyays is going to be a global brand. You said it, and I know you will make that happen. And the last thing that you said was, or not the last thing, one of the things that you said also was, you're going to keep at it until it happens, right? Because a lot of people will give up. Like, this was a shitty summer for a lot of people. This is a shitty time for a lot of people. A lot of people who they were like 2019 was your biggest year. 2020 was probably the worst year you had in a while, but you survived it. You made it happen, and you still were plugging away at your goal, knowing that all the work you're putting into it, it will somehow manifest into whatever your dream is. And whether that happens in 2020, which is when you wanted to stop, or if it happens in 2025, you're not going to stop until it happens. I had a guest on my podcast who said, the word focus, you're someone who's tremendously focused. He uses the word focus as like an acronym. Follow one course until successful, right? Follow one course until successful. Focus. That's what you are all about. Like that's really what I'm getting from your energy. I mean, obviously a wonderful human being, got a great vibe and all the positivity and stuff, but even just the name and the derivation, how you derive that name as sort of the exact yang of the negative yin in the community. Like you're the exact opposite, or the yin to the yang, whichever it is. But I love it, man. I love it. And everything that you said embodies what this podcast is all about.
Right.
It's about really setting a goal, hustling, grinding towards your goal, getting your daily win, doing one thing every day that gets you one step closer to your goal. And I love that energy, man. And that's why I know that you're gonna be hugely successful, man.
Nah, man, I appreciate it, man. And for the listeners, and there's some people out there, I want to say this, that don't beat yourself up so much if you don't get it in that day. Keep striving for it and keep going for it, and you keep placing certain habits, because it's hard to change habits. And if you beat yourself up every day, you're definitely you're gonna stop doing it because you're failing and you're not feeling good about it. So nobody likes to fail all the time. So, change the way you look at it. Just make sure you keep going for it, and eventually you'll get that win. And once that win hits, all of those failures will look like and feel like wins as well,
Totally, man. Failure way to success, baby.